What is going on, guys? Today we're gonna have a 2019 rod and reel arsenal video. I've never done a rod and reel arsenal video before, but I felt like some guys wanted to know what I throw, so let's get right into it. So here's my big grouping of rods I threw together. I didn't spread them out. I'm just gonna go one by one here, talk about the rod, the reel, the application for that, and maybe even go into line. Yeah, why not? We'll talk about line. I'll do that at the end though, just for the guys that don't want to hear about that. Just want to see what I throw. So we'll start with this guy right here. This is a Phoenix Feather Series casting rod with a Shimano Chronarch MGL casting reel. 7:2:1 or 7:1:1, whatever. It's a 7 gear ratio. This is a 7'1" heavy Phoenix. The reason I got this was going to be to throw jigs on. However, now that I've thrown Phoenix for a bit, the feather rods are underrated. The heavy is more like a medium heavy. It's pretty soft. Good backbone, but pretty soft tip. So I think I'm going to be selling this rod to a friend. I'm just going to sell this and use that money towards a new jig rod, preferably like a Dobyns Champion Extreme. Get like a 745 or something, 746. But yeah, this is my first setup here. Alright, next rod I'll take out here is my cranking square bill setup. This is a Dobyns Fury 705 CB. It's a medium heavy mod fast action. I use this for square bills, and on that I have paired up a 6:3:1 Shimano Curado 200i. It's the older version. Obviously they replaced it with the K, which I'm planning to upgrade eventually, but these reels work just fine, so I have no problem with that. I'm throwing square bills with 12-pound fluoro, and overall very light and balanced setup. Beautiful hook sets. You can really lay into those fish with the square bills, but not too powerful. You're ripping the trebles out of their mouth. So overall, this is probably one of the best square bill setups, around 200 bucks. Next, I'm going to show you guys here is my jerkbait setup. This is a Pal Inferno rod. It's like 90 bucks. I got it at Cabela's. It's a let's see, what is it? It's a 610 medium mod fast action. Got the Shimano Casitas on that. Awesome reel. Obviously Shimano SLX came out, which replaced the Casitas, but in my opinion the Casitas is just as good as the new SLX, because I've been using that a lot lately. Honestly, no really big improvements. I just like how the SLX palms in your hand a little bit better than the Casitas. I like the bigger handle and everything, but yeah, once again, 10 to 12 pound fluoro on this for jerk baits. I throw my Vision 110s, 110+1s on this perfectly. I haven't thrown a 110+2 or whatever it's called yet, but I think this thing should handle fine. 610, perfect length that I'm not going to be smacking the water with my rod tip when I'm throwing a jerk bait. So pretty good setup, good hook sets and everything. So next here is my spinnerbait chatterbait rod. It's got the Shimano Chronarch CI4 Plus. This is the older one, obviously was replaced by the MGL. But here, this is a Dobyns Champion XP glass rod. It's a 735. Throw my spinnerbaits and chatterbaits on this. I got this after I was throwing, I'll show you a rod real quick after this just to get it out of the way because I don't have a reel on it. I needed a spinnerbait rod, and this was mislabeled 736 CB, but it's a 735. Dobyns had it on their website. It was like 160 bucks instead of 230, 240, whatever it is, just because they mislabeled it. So good deal. It was brand new. Works perfectly fine. No complaints. Probably one of my favorite rods I've ever tried for spinnerbaits. But yeah, this is a 6:2:1 gear ratio, and I have 15-pound of Brazex on there, Seaguar Brazex. So this is a Cousins rod right here. Cousins Tackle, they're discontinued now. Their company closed down. They made a lot of saltwater stuff previously, but this was my original like spinnerbait chatterbait rod. No issues with it. I'm probably still going to dedicate this to chatterbaits and the other one to spinnerbaits, but for some reason my hookups with spinnerbaits with this rod wasn't as great as the glass. The glass has a little more give to it, but this is a 7.3 medium heavy, and yeah, no complaints from this rod at all. Great sensitivity. It's just spinnerbaits didn't shine that well. Chatterbaits does pretty well. So yeah, That's the Cousins rod. Here's a spinning setup. This is a Dobyns Sierra series. It's a 692 SF. It's a medium light fast action. This rod I usually use for Ned rigs or drop shots, stuff like that. I have my old Pflueger President on there. This thing is 5 years old now, and it still is running like a champ. The drag system went a bit ago. I replaced some washers and now it's perfect. But Dobyns Sierra series, very, very sensitive, can pick up the tiniest bites. Really shined on Thousand Islands when I was drop shotting for smallmouth, but this is my drop shot Ned rig setup, and no complaints from this. This is one of my favorite spinning setups. Here is my frog rod. It's a Daiwa Tatula bait casting rod. It's a 7.4 heavy, 7.4F for frog. It's their dedicated frog rod. I picked this up at a local shop, Anglers Pro Shop right there in Souderton, PA. Check it out if you haven't. And I got this paired up with a 8-1-to-1 Concept A with 50-pound braid. I'll throw my frogs or even buzz baits on this, but it's a very, very light rod. Can bomb cast with this reel especially. I got the deep spool on there with a lot of braid. I can get really good hook sets and get the fish out of heavy cover and heavy pads before they really dig into the mud and everything and all the weeds. Really good rod. I'm pretty impressed with it. This is my second season with it. I fished half a season last year with it and caught a few frog fish. No complaints at all. Here is my new flipping rod. This is a Dobyns Sierra Series Micro. It's a 7'6" heavy. It's their flipping stick. And I got that paired with 65-pound braid on the new Shimano SLX in an 8-1-to-1. I had a BFL in the Chesapeake Bay this weekend, and we were flipping timber, and that was the first time I was trying this rod out because I just got it over winter. And this thing really performs well. I was flipping in the trees, pulling fish out real fast, getting really nice hook sets, and it had really great sensitivity. So I was very impressed with this rod, and might be picking another one up. Up next here is my popper and spook rod. It's a Dobyns Colt series. The Colt was just released last year. It was a low budget rod. I think it was like 70 bucks, something like that. It's another 705 CB, the same specs as the Fury I have for my square bills. Medium heavy, mod fast. Really good backbone on it and soft tip for setting hooks on trebled baits. But I'm throwing 40-pound braid on another Shimano Chronarch CI4, 7.6-to-1. And no complaints from this rod. I've caught whopper plopper fish on this, spook fish, and popper fish, and handles them real well. Nice hook sets, and I haven't had one pop off on me yet. This is my A-rig and swim bait rod. This is a Dobyns Fury Series 795 SB for swim bait. 7'9", medium heavy fast action, rated 1 to 5 ounces. I throw swim baits, glide baits, umbrella rigs on this. Paired up with a brand new Shimano Cardiff 301A, 2-to-1 I believe gear ratio. I need to get some 50-pound braid for this, and I have 25-pound of BrazeX for a leader if I ever want that, but haven't even used this rod yet. Sticker's still on there, so I'm gonna get some line today, go spool it up, and then hit the water sometime this week and throw on it, and I'll let you guys know how it performs. Probably be making a video on it, initial impressions and all that. Alright, we'll do these two at the same time since they're the same exact rods, just different reels. So here we got two more Phoenix Feather series. This is their 7'1" medium rod. It's sort of like a medium light. Like I said with the other Phoenix, they were a little overrated. They're more like a medium light, but not as soft as my Dobyns medium light is. So they still have really good tip and backbone performance. I can get really good hook sets. So I throw heavier Ned rigs and heavier drop shots on these two rods. They are very sensitive. I'm pretty sure they're a lot cheaper than the Dobyns Sierra rod that I have, and I think they're more sensitive. So I'm probably going to be picking more of these up when I get more spinning rods, because I have no complaints from these. The sensitivity is just out of this world for being 120 bucks, whatever they are. And then on the one, I have a Stratic 2500 FA, the old CI4, and then a new Daiwa Tatula spinning reel. I love the Stratic a little bit more than this one. I just like the drag system in the Shimano better, but both feel great when you're reeling. They're super smooth and everything. No complaints at all. Great drop shot, Ned rig rods, spy bait, whatever you want to throw on it. And last but not least, we got these two puppies right here that are locked together. Anyway, this is my it's like a guest setup, but I throw spy baits on this mainly because it's a heavier spinning rod or maybe even smaller Senkos. It's a Cabela's Journey Trail IM7. It's a medium action, 6'6", and on that I got a Shakespeare reel that I just had laying around. It's actually a pretty good reel. Don't really want to spend money on this spinning setup, so this is like a guest rod, or I throw my spy baits because it works perfectly for that. No complaints. I've had this rod. It came with the Pflueger President that I had on my Dobbins, and yeah. Last but not least, we have a St. Croix Mojo Bass Glass. This is their 7/8 medium heavy power. It's their moderate action glass rod. This is for my deep cranks. I got another Shimano Curado 200i on there. Bombs cast, obviously. The Curados were good reels. Obviously the Curado K was an improvement, but this rod, I've thrown deep cranks on it, I think up to 8XDs, and it handled them really well. Got them down there all the way, usually throwing like 12 to 14, probably like 14-pound fluoro with these deep cranks, but rod's pretty sensitive. You can feel it bouncing off rocks down there and everything, and no complaints from this, but haven't caught a fish on it yet, so still waiting on that first bite with it. Up here in PA though, you don't catch a lot of deep cranking fish. I'm more going finesse and all that, but yeah, that is all of the rods. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of all my rods and reels. I'm doing a bunch of organization right now. Got a 12-pound bag of soft plastics on the cold tags, just organizing. Going through all my stuff, gonna get some new terminal boxes, probably Bass Mafia. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in another video. Thank you for watching. Peace.